and looked out the window, and they had us circling, and there were 3 planes stacked up and circling right beside us. I mean, one had to be, let's not exaggerate, 400 yards away. I mean, everyone was like, oh, you could hear the gasp, and then there were other planes stacked out by it. We don't need robots flying around, but I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. There are going to be more and more drone problems, and then they're already saying this is their plan, make all of your aircraft. In fact, England last week launched its first test of pilotless passenger planes, BBC reported. They're now doing the test. Decades ago, they flew planes from Los Angeles to Australia and back, jumbo jets. That's why when 9/11 happened, and I said they were clearly remote control aircraft, people are like, they don't have that technology. Folks, they had drones in World War II, but I digress. And then here's another report here. Drone makers push Congress to move up domestic deployment date, the Center for Responsive Politics, and they want them weaponized. And they've already got House members in California, Texas, and Virginia, and New York on bipartisan drone caucus. And the governor of Virginia wants armed drones. It's all happening. Don't criticize it, though, or you'll get arrested.
We're on the march. The empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Millions of people are going to get sick this winter from colds, flu, and other illnesses. Don't be one of them. Protect yourself with Supernatural Silver, a revolutionary new broad-spectrum antibacterial solution. Recent advances in silver technology have resulted in a silver solution that can be used daily to prevent bacteria, viruses, mold, and food poisoning, and help improve wound healing. Supernatural Silver is safe enough to consume every day, while powerful enough to destroy the causes of many serious diseases, such as strep, staph, pneumonia, colds, flus, and other harmful pathogens. This new technology has the ability to terminate entire colonies of harmful bacteria at several hundred times the effectiveness of colloidal or ionic silver solutions. The Science Digest journal says silver is our mightiest germ fighter. It is virtually non-toxic and is emerging as a wonder of modern medicine. Go to supernaturalsilver.com today and use the promo code SILVER2012 for 20% off. That's supernaturalsilver.com, and like us on Facebook.
Sodium fluoride in the body reduces IQ and increases cancers. Unfortunately, fluoride and its derivatives are only one of hundreds of toxins being added to our drinking water. We're battling the globalist on so many fronts. Health is an area where we can all take control of our lives, and it all starts with that basic building block of water. It is time to purify our family's water. The ProPure filtration system with added fluoride filters is the best system from my research to protect you and your family. InfoWarsStore.com already has the lowest prices on ProPure water filtration. But until December 10th, we are going to offer 15% off the already lowest price. I know what I'm giving my family this Christmas. ProPure. Go to InfoWarsStore.com and get 15% off the already lowest price out there with the code WATER15. WATER15, and you get 15% off at InfoWarsStore.com.
If you want an American company with American products made by Americans, here is the Cal Ben Soap Company. Alex and his staff have used these pure soap products for years. These all-natural soaps are made from the highest quality vegetable and coconut oils that are earth-friendly and safe. See them on the web at 5starsoap.com or call 800-340-7091 for a free catalog. Buy the 1 to 2 month sample package and enjoy soaps that are twice as good as what you're using now. Or save big with a 1 to 2 year supply of soaps for all your cleaning needs. This is an amazing deal. You can save thousands of dollars, and you will love the way real soap makes you feel. See them on the web at 5starsoap.com or call 800-340-7091 for a free catalog.
Riders on the Storm 2012. We're here, December.
You are listening to an Infowars.com frontline report. If you are receiving this transmission, you are the resistance.
That's right. Riders on the storm.
Riders on the storm.
To this world we're born.
Riders on the storm.
To this world we're thrown.
Into this house we're born. Into this world we're thrown.
Monday through Friday, 12 noon to 3 p.m. Eastern. We are here, my friends. And if we give the New World Order a ride, sweet ma'am, we will die. There is a killer on the road. His brain is squirming like a toad. Take a long holiday. Let your children play.
Let your children play.
All right. It's hard to not listen to that poetry. We are back live here. Finishing up with the drone. This is so disgusting. I didn't even get to the key part here. They had months of counterterrorism investigations. The NYPD's response seems to have proven the artist's point months after forensics teams and a counterterrorism unit, that's from a press release from the police department, unit was spotted on the scene. The NYPD last Wednesday successfully tracked down and arrested the 29-year-old art school vandal who identified himself in the video as a former geospatial analyst serving U.S. military operations in Iraq. It's not the first time the NYPD has overreacted to unsanctioned public art. Earlier this year, the department arrested a 50-year-old gentleman after he illuminated the streets of Williamsburg, Brooklyn, with harmless LED pattern made from plastic I Heart New York shopping bags. Yeah, all over the world, street art is honored, and even political graffiti back to the time of Rome, you didn't touch it. But they hate this idea of street art. They hate the idea that it will be written on the walls. The prophets write it on the subway walls. What song is that? There's a famous song where, and it's written that it will be written on the subway walls. It'll pop in my head in a moment. The point is, that's why we've had, I don't know, 6, 7 contests to go and put just little posters up. The Sounds of Silence, Simon and Garfunkel. Maybe we should go out to break with just that section if you guys can find it. Thank you. My brain's all over the place today. My point is that this can bring down the New World Order. People really pay attention to even just a normal, office paper size printout. What is this, 8 by 10? People really pay attention to this with something like, read the insert on vaccines. It's poisonous. And there were hundreds of local TV stations around the country freaking out and calling us when our listeners hung those up all over the nation a few years ago during the fake flu crisis. And reporters from Dallas and Chicago and New York and everywhere in between would call me and say, are you afraid you're going to be arrested for telling people to do this? Lying and saying vaccines are poisonous. And I'd say, no, I mean, it's my First Amendment. It says they have thimerosal mercury in them. It says on the insert it can cause neurological disorders. All I'm doing is saying if people through free association agree with what I'm saying, whoever shoots the best video of these posters being hung up, that way it's on cyberspace and physically. That way we cover full spectrum. We're physically getting people to do stuff to wake folks up, but we're also then physically uploading it, shooting video of it, uploading it. People are then seeing it and going out and becoming physical. It's using the internet to get people back out there in the real world. And I'll say to the reporters, to the point of I didn't have time to call them all back, so I just gave a standard, info to my crew, and they would talk to them and end up being recorded and put on local news around the country about, well, have you read an insert? And a lot of the newscasts, they would go, we actually did what Infowars.com recommended, and it's true. It says it can cause cancer, neurological disorders, or even death. Turns out the signs, oh, you can debate whether they're legal to hang. We're actually telling the truth. You know, some of the reports were positive. It's like the Obama Joker poster contest, which, by the way, I'm bringing back. I want to launch a second one in the new year with new posters we design. We'll have a contest on the best poster, but also we'll have a contest, because he is dictator Obama now on every front. We're going to go over that coming up today. And we're going to have a contest of putting Obama posters up again. Even though he's a puppet dictator, a viceroy of the globalist, his office is being turned into a veritable tyrant's command center. The law is dead to a great extent. And if we roll over to this takeover, Katie bar the door. You think things are bad? You ain't seen nothing yet, as they say. So we have this report here, and it goes on to anti-terrorism, arrest of people. I Heart New York. That'll get you arrested for terrorism, or by the terrorism squad. He now faces 56 counts of criminal possession of forged instrument and grand larceny possession of stolen property for his spree last September. This happened a couple months ago, with an additional charge of weapons possession after officers, not servants, allegedly found an unloaded .22 caliber revolver under his bed during the raid. Yeah, can't have a gun in New York, buddy. As for the drones themselves, the NYPD has still not received any plans to use aerial robotic enforcers. That's not true. The FAA's authorized it, and they're moving forward with it. Has documented use of drones by local police in Texas, Fox News. So it goes on from there. There you go. And they're proliferating everywhere. It's the militarization of America. And that's why this weekend, drones to take over the skies of Austin. I'm going to have my crew retweet this article from last Friday, because I should have plugged it, November 29th, announcing the first ever InfoWars drone mob and video contest. If I don't tweet this during the next break, will you remind me to have the crew do it? Oh, my tweets are mine. Sometimes I kind of dictate them. And by the way, we need to get our Twitter numbers up. I got to Twitter late, and we're more of a conservative libertarian audience who's not known for tweeting and Twitter. I told Charlie Sheen, I said, you got to get a Twitter account. He got one. He got 8 million users. I was the guy who got Charlie Sheen to get a Twitter. I said, man, you're always going to TMZ to get the word out or something, or me. I said, do it through Twitter. Literally, we had that conversation. I'm not name dropping. It happened. He flew in this big private jet to pick me up. I'm like, Charlie, you don't need to fly out here to pick me up when I come out to your house. He lands this wide-body jet. I get on, and we have this big discussion about Twitter, and he went and set up his Twitter. But that's how Charlie Sheen got on Twitter. True story. I need to still tweet some of those photos, but never even got around. You know why? Because I got a droid. It didn't work very well. I didn't know how to use it. I guess I'm used to Apple. And then we moved, and then the droid is in a box somewhere in the storage building. So that's where all those great photos are, but some really great photos. But I'm not really a gossip show, so I'll shut up now. Drones to take over the skies of Austin, announcing the first ever InfoWars drone mob and video contest. InfoWars is announcing the first ever drone mob event on Saturday, December 8th, 2012 at Zilker Park, 2010 Barton Springs Road in Austin, Texas. And today we'll get out a map of where I think we're going to meet up and everything. Yeah. 2100 Barton Springs Road in Austin, Texas. We're going to do it out in that big field, in the big Zilker field by the river, out there by the soccer fields. And there's no FAA regulations below 400 feet. And so everybody out there, we're going to invite local businesses that are drone operators out there. In fact, I've got that guy's card somewhere that was working for the highway department. You guys dig that out, because I don't know where it's at now, and I want to call and invite him out. I want to invite everybody out to operate their RC aircraft, folks. But the difference is police departments are getting these with cameras to watch